You need that in the camera?
Dig my grave with a silver spade. Dig my grave with a silver spade. Dig my grave with a silver spade. Let me down with a golden chain.
What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
We are
On the other side.
Yeah, on the other side.
Paranormal.
It's so weird saying something different now. So for those of you that
We're saying the same thing.
for those of you that didn't see our post, we have rebranded our YouTube.
We ain't branding.
And separated out Hill City Paranormal and On the Other Side podcast.
Why are you doing this? We're not directing no planes tonight. We're not doing nothing. We break dancing now?
Yes, we can.
Need some music.
Just because you have like fancy new lighting doesn't mean you can break dance.
I can break dance anytime I want to. I'll take it back to the
Paul.
baby.
Hey, Mama D.
Mama, I love you.
So, but as I was saying, we had to separate out the podcast and Hill City Paranormal YouTubes because our content was being inundated by our lovely podcast. So we have On the Other Side podcast and Hill City Paranormal.
We're not directing planes.
I was just directing a plane.
You're going to conjure up a UFO. A UFO. UFO.
What just happened? Are you choking? Ronnie, he doesn't ever behave, like ever in life.
I would behave. Man.
Like if he behaves, it's gonna be.
I'm always behaving. What are you
snowing in July? All right, Ronnie Rickard, Middletown Paranormal.
Middletown in the house.
Paul Fowler, North Carolina Coastal Plains.
What's up, Paul? I didn't even see Paul. Oh, he was the first time. What's up, my Paul, my brother?
Yes.
How's that creation thing you're working on? you haven't updated me. I wonder how it's going.
Yeah. But guys, it's been a hot minute since we've had a guest on our show. And I am so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked. I've been looking forward to this. Daryl Paulette.
Mr. Paulette.
Bedford Paranormal, Spirit of Clover Hill Village, and the historic Appomattox County Jail.
If y'all have not been to the Appomattox County Jail, you got to go.
10 out of 10.
Great.
Recommends.
I can't wait to go. Why haven't we gone back yet?
We need to go back.
We need to go back. Get back.
We got ish to do.
I can't sing, y'all. I'm sorry.
They just invited us over. Everybody keeps inviting us over to go somewhere on September 27th. But September 27th, we are actually going to be joining one of our guests that we're going to have on our show tonight. And I'm just, without further ado, I'm going to bring him on.
Let's bring him out.
All right. We've got Paul and the lovely Miss Kim with Culpepper Paranormal.
What's up, y'all?
How y'all doing?
Yes.
Good to see you again, Paul.
Good to see you too, Sean.
Kim, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you having us on.
Appreciate y'all coming.
Absolutely.
I would say, Paul, I could talk to you for hours. you and I are on the same level here with history.
Yep, we have Civil War stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely could talk to Paul. I think when we met Paul, we were talking for at least an hour about Civil War history.
Yeah, it's nice to see Paul not running around and having to worry about anything. Just breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe.
You look a lot more relaxed than the last time I seen you.
For sure.
Yeah, well, half of our AC was out at the arcade, so it's fixed now, but yes, it was crazy.
I bet that's definitely a blessing.
I can't wait to get back to that arcade. That arcade is
so Ronnie is going next weekend with Culpepper Paranormal. Ronnie, have you been to the arcade? Because that place is so retro. I'm going back. The nostalgia itself. I loved it.
Got to eat some burgers, sing a little karaoke. That's my kind of spot right there.
Yep, Ronnie and Shayla have been there probably 3 or 4 times. They've been there a bunch.
Awesome. Hey, Brian.
Brian Elder, what's up?
Leah. Michael Brooks with Fredericksburg Paranormal.
What's up, Mike?
Michelle Wilfong with The Haunted Apartment on YouTube. If you guys want to check her out, that would be great.
Definitely check her out. She's got good stuff.
All right. Of course, Ronnie said hi, Paul and Kim.
Yep. Hey, Ronnie.
Psychic medium Rhonda Harris, also with Fredericksburg Paranormal, and
Shout out to the Queen.
the Orion Effect, and the freaking awesome paranormal show.
Which-
Y'all are giving me mouthfuls tonight.
You better watch what you say.
Lord have mercy.
We're on YouTube.
KP Ellis.
The Orion Effect, which show airs right after this show.
Hold on. Is that Miss Ellis? The Miss Ellis? If so, let me know in the comments because you are going to get a massive shout out because today is a big day. If not, I am sorry. Yes, guys, Kristen Ellis in the house with the Fairy Plantation.
Oh,
Today
Kristen.
is the day
Hey, Kristen.
her book dropped.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys want a good read about the Haunted Fairy Plantation, head over to Amazon. It's available on Amazon, I believe. I want to
Did you order
say
yours yet?
I was on pre-order and I got a notification today. I want to say it was Amazon. Where is it, Kristen? Put it in the comments.
If y'all haven't been to the Fairy Plantation, another location.
Yes, Amazon. It's available on Amazon. Haunted Fairy Plantation. Arrives in 2 days. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, I was gonna say I had it on pre-order. So
Kristen, thanks for
it
tuning
was in my cart. Yes, Ronnie, Sean Paul disappeared. He ran away.
We need to get Paul back.
There he's back.
There he is.
Okay, sorry.
Paul, that was Paul's that was a part of the show, you guys. He does a disappearing act. Now you see him, now you don't, and then he comes back.
So we got Culpepper Paranormal in the house.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It's our first time on your show.
It won't be the last, hopefully.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, y'all seem pretty cool. So
Yeah.
How did you guys get started? Like, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell our guests we want to hear about you.
I'll let Kim do this.
Okay.
Well, so I've been into the paranormal a little bit longer than Paul and the rest of the gang. I just kind of got started out of curiosity, I think, just, having an interest in history and just in the field itself. So I used to teach Paul and Amy's daughter music lessons, and we got one day and kind of talked about just doing some investigations to see, what we thought of it, I guess. Well,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Lord, I thought you fell, not just the camera. I said, oh my.
This is a great stopping point. You already piqued my interest with something. Pause for 1 second. Music lessons. What instrument?
So,
Guitar.
Yeah, so I was teaching their daughter guitar, and we just kind of got a about watching some of the shows and so I mean, just like I said, out of curiosity, we got together and we did an investigation up in Madison, and then I guess the rest is history. We've been together ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah, the sad part is I should have been giving my daughter guitar lessons because I've been playing most of my life. But sometimes you're not the best teacher, and it's better to have somebody else do it. Kim's very patient.
I'm with you on that, Paul. People ask me to teach them how to play guitar, and I'm like,
Lost Souls PI in the house.
Oh, we got
John
the hair in the
Cushman,
house.
the hair, Dinner with a Ghost and Ghost Town Operations, formerly the Octagon 585.
Hey guys.
All right, so both of y'all are musicians, both of y'all are interested in the paranormal. Paul, how did you get started in it as far as investigating goes?
So basically, when all those old shows were on, like In Search Of, and That's Incredible, if you remember those.
God. In Search Of. Deep down, did you hear that?
I'm showing my age right now, but yes.
Yeah, no, my mom brings this show up every week on this show, In Search Of.
Freaking
She finally has one person on her side now.
Nobody's heard of this show but y'all two.
She's probably going to bring it up in the comments here in a second.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but go ahead. You started with the shows.
Started with the shows. Yeah, there's just the alien stuff, specifically the ghost stuff, and the ghost stuff really got me into it. And then as a kid, never really had any experiences, but when I was 9, got really into the Civil War. My grandmother lived with us. She's from Florida, so we had a lot of relatives that fought in the Civil War. Great grandfathers and granduncles and things like that. So that got me into the Civil War. So since I was 9, growing up in Maryland, going to like Sharpsburg, Antietam, Gettysburg, Harper's Ferry, those places, and then, as I got older, I still, interested in it, and then started doing, ancestry and stuff like that. But as far as the ghost stuff goes, when all the shows started coming out, got really heavy into those, just always piqued my interest. And then, probably about 10, 12 years ago, met Kim when she was giving my daughter guitar lessons. And, she's like, hey, I'm trying to put a group together. We were talking about, ghost adventures or ghost hunters or something. She's like, I'm trying to put a group together, to do an investigation. I used to do this with this other group and it's too far. So I'm looking for some people in Culpepper. I'm like, man, this would be great. So basically our group, consists of myself, my wife, Amy, and then Amy's mom, because she's always been into it. Both of them aren't here tonight, obviously. So it's kind of like a family thing. And then, Kim's the founder of our group. But yeah, we've been doing it strong for 10 or 11 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
10 or 11 years. Wow. That's awesome.
Not as long as you've gone, but almost.
Hey, 10 or 11 years, that's a lot of experience. That's great. I can imagine the combined experience in the group.
Yeah, we've been to about 80 different locations in that time, and of course, going to ones multiple times. I'm on the Brandy Station Foundation, as you guys know. We're talking about the graffiti house. Kim used to be a board member as well. I'm still a board member. Looking forward to you guys coming there in September.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We've investigated that place probably 2-3 dozen times, so it's a very good place. But we've been to a lot of the same places a lot of times, but. We always try to find different places to go to as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So before we roll any further, you got a question from we call him the hair, because this dude has probably the prettiest hair I've ever seen in my life. But Mr. Cushman said, have you ever investigated the academy at Gettysburg, or the Gettysburg Academy?
No, we have not. I know John Sullivan has, but no, I haven't.
We did it last year with them. He has dinner. John Cushman's the owner of Dinner with a Ghost, and he hosts an event every year. And
they've got one coming up.
We did it with them last year. Our schedules, I think, is going to prevent us from doing it with them this year, which is sad for us. But I believe they're hosting it this year. John, if you can put in the comment the dates, I believe he has room if y'all want to hop on. Put it out there.
I believe it's a weekend of September 27th.
Everything that
is going on, you guys, is September 27th. So, true story. We booked a graffiti house with you.
Yep.
And I've had like 4 people be like, hey, what are you doing September 27th? Nope.
Everything's on the 27th.
Nope. No. I'm going to the graffiti house. No. End of story. No.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
Isn't the 27th like the Great American Ghost Hunt or something? Isn't that?
Oh my gosh! I don't know.
Every year they do it like the last weekend of September. So because I know
American Ghost Hunt.
Well, I know a place you guys know well is Avenel down in Bedford County. And I think Sean, you said you're from there. But the last few years they were doing it like their event. We did it one year.
That's the first one I had to say no to.
Yeah,
we're upset about it because we like that.
That one's one.
The graffiti house has been pulling at me since I left there.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, it'll be fun. You guys won't be disappointed. It'll be fun. But yeah, we love going down to Bedford County. It's a little bit of a hike from Culpepper, but it's so beautiful down there.
So back to you guys. Tell us your most interesting place. Like where have you guys been that's a must go for you that you really like?
You want to go back?
You want to go back? Place that your favorite place that you guys have been to?
Gosh, it's so many. I think one of my favorites is still to the West Virginia. Like I feel like I didn't have enough time there, but we got some really great activity there. So for me,
which one, Kim?
The West Virginia State Penitentiary.
Oh yeah,
we love that one.
That place was fun.
Yeah.
We have not been there yet.
Haven't been there
Oh,
yet.
you guys got to go.
We actually have not. True story. We have not done a penitentiary period.
It's
Oh
so
yeah, that was our first one. But hey, if you guys want to go, we'll go with you.
Okay.
Hey,
The place is great.
we are open to collaborate with
We
anybody.
do. We collab quick.
Yeah,
Especially on bigger ones like that because the price is so ridiculous.
it is. And if you have, I know,
You know.
we went with Ronnie and Shayla and Dan Porter and his wife. So there was like 7 of us. And it's so huge. I mean, even with 7 people, you know, if we separate into 3 different groups, you still have there's just so much space. It's like going to St. Albans, you know, the same way.
Yeah.
Same. It's not as expensive, but there's just so much ground to cover, you know.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to places like that, and you guys know too, you can never see it all in one night.
You can't.
You can't. You're right.
And I hate that because, like, so we've got Tala coming up here soon, and I already know, like, I'm like trying to visually map my night before going and can't. Like, I'm struggling with this because I want to make sure that I go to all the places that I really want to go because time will get away from you so quick during an investigation.
Oh yeah.
So quick.
Especially
You know,
if it's never been to before too. You can't.
Exactly.
No way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've been on investigations before, and I'm like looking at Sean going, hey, St. Albans was one of it. One of them where I said, hey, like, you want to go to another place? Like, we've been here for almost 3 hours. He's like, God, we've already been here 3 hours.
Yeah, see, my problem with big places like that, and I'm not complaining, but my problem is, especially if it's a hot area and there's so much more ground to cover, you don't want to leave that area.
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting results right there. So it's like, I don't want to leave.
Exactly.
I know.
Well, it's
So
like,
what
you know,
type of I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, Sean, sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
I know you, like, we both have we both share the same recorder, you know, the Panasonic. So, you know, the DR60. So the fun thing, as you know, the fun thing about that is kind of like doing a baseline, you know, going around, see what you can get EVP wise. And that's what we do. We try to go from room to room using that recorder to see if we get any results on it. I'm sure you probably do the same thing. And then of course, if you get some hits on it, because you can listen back to it, you don't have to listen through all the white noise. You want to stay there a little longer to see if you get more. So we find ourselves doing a lot more EVPs in the beginning and then going back and doing some other things, you know, experiments as well. But yeah, with time, at least with the EVPs, I mean, you can listen back right away and not have to worry about, you know, spending a whole lot of time just reviewing it then and there, because you want to see if you're getting something, you know, you want to see if it's active.
Right.
Yeah, I always start with the EVP because it's quick. It's in your pocket.
Yep.
You pull it out, and then it has that voice activation on it, so I don't have to listen all day long. If I get something, I got it. If I don't, I kind of move along. If I get it, then we set up equipment right there. It's usually how my group with me moves. Now, we break off. With our team, we break off into different sections. So anybody who rolls with me knows that's how I go. If I start getting hits on EVP, then I might break out other pieces of equipment, and of course, cameras rolling right then and there too. So, yeah, I love the DR60 though. You and I talked about that.
Yeah, I think it's great. Exactly, I do think we do the exact same thing, man. Just, you know, we do some recordings with that, you know, see if you get any hits. If we don't, you know, we just kind of keep moving. But that's exactly right.
Yeah, I love it. It took me a while to get convinced on it though, because I did have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah,
I went for years without getting any EVPs. I always carried a recorder, never got them. And then I'll be honest with you, it wasn't until John Sullivan, I investigated with him a couple of times.
He has one too.
And he had it, and I heard his results like for myself, and then I said, oh, you know what, I got to go get one after that. But I was watching YouTube videos, and most people who complain about them don't have one.
Exactly.
I did learn that, and I'm not dissing anybody who doesn't have one, but I'm just saying I was one of those people who were convinced that it's something wrong with the DR60, and then I was watching videos of people debunking them, and I was like, oh, they don't have one. And then when I got my hands on one, the EVPs that have been getting with them since then, and there's people in the chat who's investigated with me who've seen me operate mine, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, I see why you use that now.
Yep.
It's just so simple. I can operate it without looking at it. So
Exactly. And you know all the little things it does. I mean, once you use it for a little while, you get very familiar with it fast. And the same with us. I mean, we get very, very familiar with it. You know, I dump everything. Obviously, you have to have that weird little, jack to plug it in to dump it to the computer. But I was having a talk with Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters a couple of years ago. My wife and I talked to him for about a good hour. And part of it, while I was talking about the DR60, now he hates that thing. And he was saying, hey, it's been debunked. So-and-so debunked it, but he's never used one. And then I was telling him, and I was like, man, dude, I was like, you just got to try it. I mean, I know your feelings. I mean, some people have strong feelings about it, but as you know, Sean, I mean, and John Sullivan as well, because I've listened to his and him and I've talked about it, but we got a lot of Class A EVPs on that thing, and it's just indisputable.
I mean, I've gotten straight voices with it, no whispers, straight, clear voices, like as if somebody was standing beside me with it. And,
yep, exactly.
I get enough about it. Now, what I will say is I do have the Zoom that you can pretty much hear a squirrel fart across the street with it. And I will say I've gotten a lot of contaminated evidence with it because it picks up so clear and so much that if someone is like even clearing their throat silently, it'll pick that up.
Yeah.
Where the DR60 won't. I've heard people talking in another room, and the DR60 can't hear that when it's recorded.
Yep, 100%.
So the fact that the recorder is not strong in the DR60 for it to pick up a sound, that's why I like it so much. It won't pick up somebody talking outside. It won't pick up somebody coughing in the next room. It really has to pick up direct sound. That's why I like that thing. It really is a cheap, crappy recorder.
Yeah.
But what we do is perfect. I hate the price on it, but to me, it's worth it for research. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kim.
I don't know how much Paul paid for the one that we have. We have 2.
3.
I think now.
I hate y'all.
We have 3. Some of them work better than others, but and one of them is it works, but I can't rewind. I can't go back on it. I can manipulate it to start from number 1. So when we record it, I can listen back, but if I want to go listen back like 2 tracks ago, I can't. So I can go all the way back to the beginning and then dump it and then listen to it after I dump it. But I got that one cheap. But yeah, the other 2, I think the highest I paid for one was $1,200. But that was 10 years ago. I bought all of them. I bought all 3 of them about 10 years ago. So
the price is ridiculous.
Oh, they're like 3,000 now or 2,500. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like the most hated person by saying this. So up until recently, I thought your DR60 was complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah. Let me cut their mic off.
No, like I really did, you guys. And let me tell you why. So I felt like everywhere we were going, he was getting an EVP. Every freaking where. I'm like, this can't be real. Like that he's getting one everywhere we're going. Until about 2 weeks ago, we've been going out a lot more, and we have gotten, when I tell you this DR60 has been silent.
Yeah.
Everywhere we've gone for the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's something to this. Like, but I really, I kind of was starting to lean more towards the debunk videos where they were saying like, there's little voices that you'll hear come through. And this is why they were recalled, and for those in the comments that don't know, the debunk video that we're speaking about is back when the DR60 came out, it was actually recalled by Panasonic because students were utilizing it to take notes in college classes, and random voices were coming through and contaminating the actual lecture that they were trying to record. So Panasonic, there was a bunch of complaints. Panasonic pulled it back. They said, you know what, there's obviously something wrong with this. We're going to issue another recorder, and they did something to it, and bam, I think that's when they came out with DR100 or something. You
actually walked me into something, and this is a beautiful conversation to have with y'all on here that operated. I'm actually glad this conversation happened this way. So yes, they recalled it and came out with the QR100. And so
100 something.
They created the QR100 with the exact same technology the DR60 had the exact same problem.
Right.
So then they recalled it again. I think they came out with the 80 to try to resolve the issue. had it didn't have as many issues, but it was still doing it. And then they came out with another version of it, and then they kind of ceased the problem. They started putting different technology in the recorders. That's why if you try to buy an original QR100, they're like $900. Like if you get on eBay and look at like the lower number QR100s, they're like $900.
Yeah.
So that's why I have one. I have like one of the original QR100s, and that's where we got that voice at that one cemetery.
And we'll run them dually. Like we'll run the DR60 and the QR100 dually at the same time to see if we have similar stuff. And we've gotten some crazy stuff. Just goofing off at an investigation. Like I think you, John Sullivan, and a few other people on a public were down in the basement at the Rainworth, and they were doing an EVP session with the DR60, and his daughter, who's on our team, she's 17. She had the QR100 upstairs, and we were taking a break. The girls were taking a break. We were eating snacks because that's what we do on investigations, right? We got to find all the snacks.
Yeah, get hungry.
So we were sitting at the table, and another team member was scrolling her Facebook, and somebody had sent her a friend request, and she had said, "Who is so-and-so?" And I said, "I don't know." And for some reason, his daughter said, "Hold on, let me hit record." So she hits record on the QR100. And so I asked the ghost, I said, "Who is so-and-so?" And then, I think I asked some more BS questions, like, "Do you want some popcorn?" or something else, When we played it back, this is why I'm laughing about it. When we played it back, I asked the spirits, "Who is so-and-so?" This friend request she got on Facebook. And clear as day came back, "Courtney."
That's cool.
Now, I didn't send you a friend request, spirit, okay? But it was clear as day. But he got something down in the basement on his DR60 pertaining to what they were talking about at the same time. So,
that's cool.
Like I said, I was a little bit skeptical of it with all of the EVPs that he was capturing with the DR60. I'm like, we've rolled with cheap recorders for years and have gotten nothing. He buys this holy grail of recorders, and now all of a sudden we're getting EVPs. Okay. That's like my mentality about it. And until recently, and I'm like, damn, we haven't gotten an EVP anywhere we've gone for 2 weeks, like not even one.
Well, it's supposed to be easy.
Right. So, and then we were TikTok live, Sunday, and we were getting a little bit discouraged, not gonna lie. It happens to the best of us. I'm like, damn, it's been 2 weeks. We've gone to 7 locations and nothing. Like, this is getting a little bit discouraging. And right as we were getting ready to leave, you got something on your DR60. I can't remember what it was, but that kind of, it'll lift your spirits. An EVP will lift your spirits. You're like, yeah, something's here. We're not by ourselves, I think EVPs come in handy on investigations where none of your equipment is going off, because I think more often than not, us as investigators, sometimes we run out of, I call them the ghost questions. Sometimes we run out of things to ask. And so we're sitting there just kind of like lost. Like, okay, well, I asked everything that I can think of. If we're doing an EVP session and there's actual interaction, now we have something to capitalize on and we can have a conversation.
Right.
And now at that point, it doesn't become that like dreary discouragement, so to speak.
Ronnie said he loves he's starting to like his DR60. Nice to have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. Because Ronnie got one. He showed me. I totally forgot that. He bought one, I guess, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But
I totally forgot.
Had this conversation on the podcast before, so I'm glad you brought that up.
I mean, we found ourselves, though, recently, honestly, going out with solely the DR60 and a spirit box.
Right. I mean, you should always use other, because Sean mentioned the Zoom. We have a Zoom HN4, and then Kim and I, we have an Olympus 7200. And actually, we've gotten 2 of our best EVPs that we've gotten on the Olympus, actually on Kim's Olympus 7200. We like to use like 5 or 6 recorders, and I get a lot of shit for it because it takes me like a minute to pull them out of my pocket and hit record.
Hey,
but you always want to use more than just one, just in case
Yeah.
something happens. That the zoom is like what Sean said. It'll pick up a stomach growl. And that's I kind of don't like that. But sometimes you have to use it because if there's something else going on, the DR60 might pick up if you're walking, if you're outside, it might pick up if you're stepping on a leaf or something like that. It might sound like a voice or something. So sometimes it's good to have those other recorders, or even if you're using a camera, using the microphone of the camera. But
Well, the thing is, it's funny that Ryan just stopped in here. Shout out to the freaking awesome Paranormal Show and the Riff Nation Network. By the way, they air at 9 p.m. right after us.
And
but-
ASPS.
and ASPS.
yeah,
But
I like Ryan.
Ryan, Howie, Sean, and myself took on a personal case, and we did an experiment similar to what you were just talking. Howie and Sean had two different recorders, and then Ryan, I think, was running an iPhone voice recorder, and I was running an Android voice recorder. So we wanted to see, like, experimentally what we would get with like two separate recorders, and then iPhone frequency versus Samsung frequency. And that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Ryan was getting stuff to DR60.
The funny thing about that entirety of that was none of the recorders, phones, or anything picked anything up, but our camera did.
Yeah.
So that was just the whole irony of that. But that was a fun experiment to do there with different recording devices, because,
What's your opinion on that?
yeah.
Why do some recorders pick up things that other ones won't? And why do you think the DR60 picks up stuff that other recorders don't?
Kim, do you want to answer this? Or
I don't know if it's like a different frequency, or I don't know, to be honest. That's a good question.
I think the DR60. I mean, there's something with the circuit. And there's something about the recall back in 1997. When it came out. There's just something with the circuit, because, like I said, we use it, but we use it in conjunction with the Olympus. We have an Olympus 4100 to 7200. We got the Zoom HN4. I have a Tascam DR7 that we've used so many different recorders with it, and then they don't really pick up much. I mean, we've gotten some good EVPs on other recorders, but it's like you guys know, as investigators, it's few and far between. The DR60 seems to pick up stuff. And I'm talking about Class A. I'm not talking about like, it might sound like a voice, and I put headphones on, and then you got pareidolia, and everybody's thinking it's saying something different. But but I mean, I'm just like, full on voices, but it's, I don't know why. It definitely has something to do with I don't know, but it's like with frequency. I know that a lot of EVPs are below the they're below the like 15 megahertz or whatever, so I know a lot of the human ear can't hear a lot of that stuff, but for some reason the recorders will pick it up. And then some people like to still use the tape ones, like there's people like using like the magnetic tape, just like the old school. It's a pain in the ass to rewind them and stuff, but
Yeah,
I've got one. I've yet to use it.
I can honestly say we've never used it, in our group. But I would have to go buy one, because I don't think I have any.
yeah. I mean, I think it would be interesting to like try. Now, have you ever tried dual DR60s? You said you have 3.
I use all 3 of them on an investigation.
Oh, I'll put out like 6. We always give them a hard time. We have all 3 DR60s. Like, I don't know, pick on Paul, but like 3 or 4 more.
We do, yeah. We use like 7, and I'm not no joke, because when you're at a location, time is the essence, right? You only have so much time to do something. So why not just cast your electronic net, as Mike Rowe would say when he was voicing Ghost Lab? But cast your electronic net over the location. Use as many recorders, cameras, recording devices, even environmental devices like anything that will test barometric pressure, or the environment, even with milligauss and things like that. So just use as much equipment as you can. And then you know what? You have all the time in the world some people do, to go over the evidence later. So in my opinion, it just oversaturated with equipment. And that way, any change to the environment, you should be able to pick up, and you can spend the time to review it, because you can't go back in time to that. Because what if you get something, or what if you get something on, like, if you're using your SLS or something and you get something but you weren't recording when you used it, or, you want to
happened more times than one.
Oh yeah, it happens to all of us, and it's happened to us a million times. But I just like using as much equipment as we can. Yeah, I mean, Kim gets mad. My wife will yell at me, but it's like, hey, you just want to use as much recording equipment as possible, because you don't want to miss anything.
We as women just don't want to lug it all. Okay, we're not getting mad at the equipment you're bringing. It's just like the lugging.
It is. I'll make my wife throw the camera.
And you walk in, you opened up another door here. A lot of investigators and a lot of teams and a lot of people have very mixed emotion about it. And I'm going to give my opinion, but I would love to hear you guys' first. How do y'all feel about the SLS camera?
Kim actually got it right when it came out. And then I bought another. She has the Bill Chappell, the digital dowsing. I bought a digital dowsing as well. I think that's like the OG of the SLSs. But I'll let Kim talk about it.
Well, I first got the SLS when it was still testing software. So now
the beta testing.
Yeah, I think they're kind of at the end of the testing, obviously, but I don't know. I mean, I like it, but I'm very cautious of where we use it. Because, of course, I'm sure you guys noticed too, but like it'll matrix onto furniture. It'll matrix onto like a flagpole or something of that sort. So automatically we can debunk that, because we know that's not normal. So, for us, I think for our team, since we're so scientific and sometimes I think overly scientific, but, we like to use it when we're in a place where it's like flat walled or like empty doorways or something like that. Yeah. Kind of more. I like classify that as being paranormal, rather than, oh, hey, there's someone sitting in a chair, but yet at the same time, it's just matrixing onto the piece of furniture, it's just latching onto it. So, I mean, I like it. I think we just have to be careful where we use it.
Yeah, sure. Doorways are great. If you're open doorways, an open room, because the SLS has about with those infrared signals that it's shooting out, it has about 8 to 12 foot range. So it's not very far, and it starts fading after that, because it's sending out those IR lights, and the IR lights are coming back, and it's collecting data. And then obviously whatever it's hitting, it's sending that data back, and it's telling the Connect software, it's mapping it out. So that's why, because, it was actually developed for the Xbox 360 by Microsoft, but it's a fascinating piece of equipment, because we have gotten things on it that we can't explain, and open doorways where it's well past 20 feet, and there's nothing there. And we've gotten figures, and we've had things where it's like, one of us will be standing, and it's usually me, because I'm the guinea pig. But I'll be standing next to it, and then, Kim or my mother-in-law, they'll be like, kick Paul. And on command, it starts raising its leg and kicking me. And it's no joke. And we have recordings of it, and it's done that, for several times. So we know that we have gotten stuff on the SLS that we can't explain.
Sure.
But also at the same time, there's a ton of stuff where it's mapping on a picture frame, on a door frame, on a flagpole, or whatever. It's matrixing, it's creating an image, or a stick figure. But we've definitely gotten stuff on it that we can't explain, and we like to present that. I mean, will we say it's paranormal? I mean, I'd love to say it's paranormal, but I want the general consensus. When you're trying to present evidence, you want people to decide for themselves, instead of us just saying, "Oh, we caught a ghost." Just let people decide what they think it is. So I think
that's why. Go ahead, finish.
No, I'm done.
No, I was going to say I completely interrupted. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
That's what I was going to say about the Ghost Tube app. Like, that thing maps everything.
Yeah.
Like that, it'll map, if you're in a graveyard, it'll map a tombstone, a bush, a flower. Like, and people, I've seen investigations like on YouTube.
Public.
Where, or they'll pull them out on some of our publics. And I don't I do not debunk people on our public investigations. That is not my job. If
Yeah.
you have ghost tube and you use it and you think you caught a ghost, you got a ghost. I'm here for it. But
Yeah, you're right.
you know, I don't debunk people outside of Publix, to be real honest with you. I just don't. That's not, I'm
I don't
not,
debunk anybody's
no.
No,
stuff.
no, that's smart. No, that's what you want to do.
I'm
If you're doing,
I just don't. You
that's
know,
good.
if somebody close to me, like if Sean came to me and was like, hey, what do you think this is? And I think it's, you know, dust or orb or whatever, I might be like, hey, I think that's a bug, or hey, I think that's dust. That's a little
Right.
different here, you know, but I mean,
who you're talking to too. Like, you know, I don't want to like somebody's belief. You know what I mean? Like, we all
right.
believing things or whatnot. But yeah, I agree with you on that.
But I've had a lot of people bring forth the ghost tube SLS and they swear by it. And I'm like, this is not an SLS, baby. This is not.
What is? I never heard of that. What is a ghost tube? Is it? It's a phone app, correct?
So it's a phone app. It is, and I don't have it, but it is a phone app SLS essentially. And you walk around with your phone and you point it, you know, like this, wherever you want to go. And you're supposed to walk around with it. Technically speaking, with an SLS, you're supposed to be still.
You have to be.
It's supposed to be still. You're not supposed to be walking around. That's how you get a lot of false readings. GhostTube is designed for you to walk around like this in a cemetery or in a haunted location and try to find, you know, something it maps as a figure. But more often than not, I see them used a lot in cemeteries. And then they will map the side of like a flat headstone. And then the person utilizing the app is like, of course, for YouTube, oh, there's a ghost here, you know, and you're like, no, that's a tombstone. Like, stop.
Or tree.
Or tree. Yeah, the trees.
That's always the tree.
You know, it's always a tree.
I was talking to.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Sean. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I just want to get this out real quick too, but since we're on the subject of stick figures, but a buddy of mine, and he, you know, was talking about he'd watched some videos. I haven't. I need to go on YouTube and look. But people who own Teslas, and Teslas have that. I guess they have a sonar that actually, you know, it'll detect people, you know, around the car, in front and on the sides. And he says there's videos online where they're driving Teslas through cemeteries, and like it's picking up people, like it's picking up anomalies. I haven't done it. He just told this to me on Saturday. I think on Saturday. I haven't researched it, but I'm like, well, that's interesting. I mean, because, you know, people use LiDAR, you know, because you see a lot of ghost teams that start to use LiDAR. LiDAR it's like a sonar, but it's 360 degrees. Well, so is sonar, I guess, but it maps out. It'll map out a whole room, and I guess that's kind of like with the way technology is going. It's why not try to use anything, you know, to try to see if you can cross it over to paranormal. I think that's cool. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So true story on the Teslas. That is true. They do have the people detection on it, much like we have like our backup sensors on our cars and stuff like that.
Right.
Their screens and their technology on the Teslas are so much more far advanced that instead of it just going beep when somebody like hits that sensor, an actual like person pops up on the Tesla. Is it paranormal? I don't know. But if nobody's there and it picked up a person, what is it? Is my question, right? And true story, our Yukon that we used to have had that person sensor, or that sensor when you were getting too close. It was a crash detector is what it was. And there was this one particular bridge we used to go over, and without fail, you remember that? Without fail, when I got to the top of the bridge, this thing would go berserk. Beep, like I was about to hit something. It would get me every time. I knew nothing was there because I can see in front of me nothing's there, but it's so loud because it's a crash detector. It would get me every time. And I used to always say, I want to go back to this bridge because I bet you, and I tried like hell to like research, like, was there an accident maybe on this bridge?
Yeah.
And somebody unfortunately, you know, was unalived on this bridge. Like, it's picking up something. Because it is detecting that something is there. What is it picking up?
Yeah, it's weird.
So,
it's just
same concept with the Tesla. And those videos are cool. Like they're doing it through cemeteries. So if you get some time, I 10 out of 10 recommends like wasting an hour to watch these because they are cool.
I never thought about it until he told me this on Saturday, and I was like, I need to check that out.
Yeah, it's neat to watch.
Going back to the SLS, in my opinion on it is it's just like any other piece of equipment. It's how you use it. The same people who say that SLSs are no good are the same people I'll see pull out a K2. And K2s have no significant proof or research to say detect paranormal, but people use them. So, you can't put a K2 in your hand and say this is paranormal and say that an SLS isn't. There's, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. What I say isn't gold, but in my opinion, if you take an SLS camera, which is designed to detect a person, and you put it at an empty doorway or an empty wall with no designs, no picture frames, no nothing, and it detects a person, and you tell that person, raise your right arm and wave at me, and the stick figure picks his right arm and wave at you. Right. How can you explain that? The way the program is designed is not for a voice command. So there's no way for it to, and I've used an SLS. I don't use it very often because it's heavy, it's big for me to lug around. And I get tired during investigations. I don't want to carry this thing around. But the times I have used it, I've gotten results where I've asked a stick figure to do something and it's done it. So I can't explain that. I can't say it was a ghost, but I also can't explain why it did that. Right. And that happened on several occasions. So my opinion is if you're getting any type of equipment you use, you can take a piece of grass and sit it down and ask for it to lift up and move. Whatever method you use, as long as you're getting accurate results with it, in my opinion, it's okay. That's my opinion, though.
No, I agree with you 100%. Same with us. I mean, like the same thing with our SLSs. I mean, we get. Well, you're right. It's like it's not designed to do like voice commands. It's designed to like pick up movements. But we've had it on numerous occasions where they'll ask it to like kick me or raise a hand, and it does. And we're not doing it. I can understand if there's a reflection on a wall, if it's a oily wall or there's a lot of glare. I mean, I get that, but we're not moving, and we're asking it to do something, and no one's moving, and it's waving its hand. I mean, it's
right.
And the funny thing is, a lot of this equipment, it's funny because the cutting edge, a lot of this stuff, and if you guys watch Ghost Adventures, I mean, they use that. I knew nothing about the Panasonic DR60 until I watched Ghost Adventures. Now, do I think Ghost Adventures is like do I think they're the best answer to paranormal? No, because I think Zach Bagans is crazy as shit. I like the show. I liked it when they had Nick Groff on it, and I think there is some truth to it, especially with the DR60, because they've been using DR60, and I can hear the voices that they get, the ones we get, and I can hear when they're full of shit. With the producers saying, "Hey, I want you to use this as evidence," and then I hear when they actually get stuff, and you can hear it. But I mean, I think a lot of the equipment that we get, we watch shows and we're like, oh, this looks like a cool piece of equipment because, it's, with Bill Chappell and digital dowsing, I think he created a lot of cool stuff. Like Kim has a paranormal puck. We haven't really used it much. It's kind of like an Ovilus, but I have an Ovilus 3, and the Ovilus 3 is really sought after, and I think it's just kind of crap. I don't know why people want it. I should probably just sell it because there's people that'll pay like $1,000 for it, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, the crazy thing is we actually sold our Ovilus on a public investigation in Gettysburg. We hopped on
to the host
an investigation, and we pulled out our Ovilus, and the host literally came to our hotel after the investigation and purchased our Ovilus because I think it is the biggest piece of shit. I'm going to say it. I'll say it right now. It is useless. That is the most useless piece of equipment that we own.
I second that.
Tell me why we went out and got another one.
I heard that. And Kim agrees with it too.
There's a reason why we got another one, though.
Tell me why we went out and got another one.
But it's a good reason why we got another one.
We had the Ovilus 5 too.
That's the one. Yeah.
We have the 3. We have the 3 and the 5.
I mean, if I had to use one, I'm not going to have a lot of faith in it. Just like the paranormal podcast, full of crap too.
It's a reference.
Why do I got one though?
I don't even know.
There's a
I don't even know. I don't even know.
There's a good reason.
I don't know
Tell us,
why you
tell
have
us,
half the
Sean.
shit you have.
Tell
All
us,
right.
Sean, why did you get it?
Yeah, please inform everybody.
There's two reasons why I got one. Reason number one, we went on an investigation.
He's trying to convince himself.
No, we went on an investigation one time, and there was a lot of bullshit stuff going on, and I got real mad, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pull out this obelisk so I can at least have some form of entertainment during this, and I don't have to investigate. I can just look at the obelisk and see if anything on here matches what we're doing. It was entertaining for me to just sit and watch. It was more entertaining for me to read what words pop up on this obelisk than to participate in this public investigation that I paid for. That's reason number one. Number two, we were investigating a museum, which used to be the city jail. We had a situation where we were using cat balls, which I'm not a huge fan of because I know the science behind them.
I love
But
it.
we still use them.
We've used them. We have them. We use them too.
Yeah, we still use them. So these cat balls we set them up and they would literally start vibrating and shaking, and then they would just roll off this.
They wouldn't roll. They flew.
Oh, they were flying off. And so me being scientific, I'm like, okay, where's the air duct in here?
Right.
Okay, no air coming out. All right, there's got to be a draft somewhere. No draft. And then all of a sudden, I had the idea, let's put two on here and see what happens. One sat still, the other one right beside it would start rolling in circles at one point and then fly off. And I said, okay, I don't have a level with me. I don't have this with me. I have a can of dip, though. I always carry a can of tobacco with me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sit this can of dip on here. It should, if there's something going on, this can of dip right here, they're very unstable on a flat surface. They should roll if something weird was going on. The can of dip didn't move.
Shayla, I see your comment, and I'm so going there.
So I said, okay, the obelisk has a vibration detector on it, which I didn't have a geophone at the time, and it would take too long for me to get one come in.
Right.
The GS store, I'm not going to say their name on public, but the GS store is about 5 minutes from my house.
I know which one you're talking about.
If you think long enough, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
The obelisk has a vibration detector on it. I could sit the obelisk right on there. So I actually took the obelisk back into this museum and set it on there to see if there's any vibration going on there, just to know for sure what's going on. I wanted to make sure that my evidence was good. That's why I bought the obelisk.
This should make all three of you laugh. Brian said, you guys sound exactly like us guitar players, talking gear, talking shop, strings, recording equipment, etc. Great conversation.
I will say this is a great conversation with you guys. We're having you back. We got to have you back.
Debbie, we did announce Dinner with a Ghost, Gettysburg Academy, September 27th, 7 p.m. Shayla said, and Shayla, I just saw this week. They now, guys, if you do not know, have demon balls.
Demon balls?
They're like a cat ball, except they're red.
No way.
They're essentially just red cat balls.
They light up red.
So what Shayla's telling us is they found a new way to try to make money with these.
Yeah,
things.
but they're like ridiculous. They're like $20 a piece.
Oh my God.
Hey, Robert. Hello from the bunker in Bon Air. The other frog brother. Cat balls are my go-to. And digi recorders, I use 3 at one time. Redundancy in the system. Yes.
Yes, Robert.
I want to say one thing too. Remember when you guys were at the arcade and we were talking about our phone apps, and there was that one app. I think was it Spiritus or something?
Spirit Talker. Spiritus is an
Spirit
app.
Talker.
Spiritus gets on my nerves. I don't know.
I think it was Spirit. I think it was Spirit Talker.
Yeah, Spirit Talker.
It was. I actually it was funny because Sean made me think of this because about why you went out and bought another Ovilus, and I downloaded the Spiritus app or Spirit Talker because at the graffiti house, Kim and I our group we were hosting a public ghost hunt, and there was a woman that was up there and she was using that, and we had 3 weird experiences with her app, and she showed it to me. And she asked these questions, and I can't recite the questions now, but I think I was recording, so I put cameras everywhere. But and the questions were like, I stepped forward and it was like, don't come closer or something. It was just it was so weird. So I do not like spirit apps. Especially paying for them. I think they're total shit, like the Ovilus. But I went ahead and downloaded it because of the experience that we had. And I mean, I've used it, but I haven't gotten anything with it since we've used it, but I haven't done any experiments with it as well. But I just thought it was kind of weird. Like you have a weird thing. I mean, why not? I mean, the thing was like $3.99 or whatever. Why not just spend $4, download it, and just see if you get anything weird. I don't know. I like taking those risks. I'm very scientific, as you guys are, or we are. Kim and I, our whole group is scientific. But I like to explore all avenues, even if it is bullshit.
So Robert said, we're using only one app or multiple apps at the same time.
Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using them. If you get something, if it doesn't know your location, I don't know if apps do know if they do know your location, because cell phones or smartphones. The smartphones are smarter than us, So when if you have location on it, I think they can sense where you are maybe at the same time, but doesn't know the history. Is it using AI to?
So Spirit Talker is one of the only apps, and Ronnie put it up there. He said Shayla uses Spirit Talker, only phone app we kind of trust. It's given us some decent responses. Spirit Talker is the only phone app I know of, besides Necrophonic, that does not ask your location, asks for permission to use your recorder, and does not ask for permission to your camera. Those are the 3 key things I look for when downloading an app.
Can you use it in airplane
mode? Can you use it in airplane mode?
Yes, that's important. Airplane mode, exactly.
So
that's important.
Spirit Talker and Necrophonic can both be used in airplane mode. There is a new app out there that was created by Sean Austin and Chris Mendez called SPI. Now this one does ask for access to hey.
Trying to get my wife to say hi, and she's hiding behind that. Come on, Amy, you're part of the group.
Yeah.
She's like,
Amy,
a piece of Culpepper is missing.
She's in her pajamas and she doesn't want to say hi.
That's okay.
And then when we get off later, she's gonna yell at me.
I will 10 out of 10 investigate in pajamas. I don't care. Especially in the wintertime.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Shayla uses SPI. So SPI is one of the newest phone apps out there. You've used it, Kim?
No, I haven't. I just saw Shayla's comment.
Yep.
I can't see any comments because I'm looking at my cell phone and it's so small I can't see shit.
I'm on my.
So basically what it is it's designed to, you ask a question. Well, there's multiple things to it. Do you want to explain it? I think you explain it a little bit better than I do.
So SPI,
I just hit the button and use it.
SPI has like infinite word bank, and it's basically what it does is it listens to EVPs on whatever wavelength that they think that the spirits are talking on. So you ask questions, and whatever it hears, it's going to put on the screen.
It types it out. So,
and it was created by, again, Sean Austin and Chris Mendez, 2 investigators who investigate regularly. I
know Sean Austin is.
Yeah, I've investigated with both of them. I've seen their style and how they investigate. I talked to Chris Mendez on a pretty regular basis, and they've explained it to Chris has explained it to me quite often. I've seen it. I don't personally use it because I have an iPhone that just as a phone that just to use that app with. I bought it from a pawn shop, and what I've seen with it, we've used it at Rainworth Lodge quite often. When we go to Rainworth all the time. We're actually going there to host an investigation here in a couple weeks.
Cool.
And it was very dead on and accurate. I even tried to trick it. I said, this thing is listening to us, because it was just dead accurate with everything. I said, it was 3 of us sitting there, and I said, there's no way it's going to tell us it's 4 of us sitting here. There's no way it's going to pop back. So we asked, how many people, if you can really see us, how many people are sitting here? And I just said out loud, there's no way it's going to pop back 4 of us. And it came back 3 and told us it was 3 of us sitting here. And I was like, there's no way it's going to be able to say my name. Nobody calls me Sean. My daughter calls me Dad. She just says whatever. Nobody said my name. Okay. So I asked what my name was. It said my name. So I mean, it was just dead accurate. So it's a good app. I'm not selling it for them because I'm not their friend and I don't get nothing out of it. But from what I've seen with that app, it's pretty accurate. And just to touch on phone apps, and I'll get y'all's opinion too, because we're having the conversation. I didn't think this was going to be a tech conversation tonight, but because you guys are very knowledgeable about it and y'all have such great input on it, I guess that's what this turned into. So we got to have a part 2 with y'all. But
yes, please.
With phone apps, you know, I was one of those people who beat my chest and was like, I ain't touching them things. They suck. Yeah, blah, 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 blah for years. Until I've seen them used and I started using them sometimes myself. I was like, man, I've gotten some results. We went on vacation to Savannah, Georgia, one of the most haunted,
I've been there.
haunted place in America. And I was on vacation, but I decided to get a little paranormal with it. Pulled out my phone app, and it was literally dead on with everything I was doing. And
we're using necrophonics.
You know, we were using necrophonics, which is one that was created by an investigator and used by investigators all over the world. And it was dead on with everything I was doing. To me, that went hand again. It was a tool that was hand in hand with everything I was doing. I can't deny it. I've seen them used in cemeteries when we go live. I'm not lugging around a bunch of equipment, so I'll pull out a phone app for entertainment purposes on our live, and just to see what we get. And I've seen them. I stumbled upon my pastor's grave. I didn't know my pastor was even buried there, the one that baptized me. I said, what church did you preach at? Never once mentioned where I've been baptized. I don't even talk about that, but it popped back where I was buried.
That's crazy.
Where you were buried
where I was buried at, where I was baptized at. Sorry.
You're buried?
Yeah. So, I mean, it popped back where I was baptized at. So, I mean,
that's crazy.
You know, I don't, yeah, that is crazy. And that was a phone app to do that. So that changed my opinion a little bit.
Yeah, that would change my opinion.
Going back to what I was saying, most people who say that phone apps suck, don't use them, I don't trust them. I'm gonna have to say most of those people, again, you in the comments, you in the chat, don't get your panties in a bunch. But I will say that most people who comment on that. Well, I will say people who comment and say that they suck or they don't work or this and that are people who probably don't spend much time on them. I recommend you try it before you deny it.
And at the end of the day, you know, it's just like every other piece of equipment, guys. Like a phone app, a REM pod, a DR60, a freaking I don't know.
Like REM pods.
I don't know. I'm like blanking on all the equipment. A K2, whatever. It's a tool we use that makes us turn our head. If we are getting intelligent results out of it, if I'm standing in the middle of the graffiti house and Spirit Talker is going Civil War, I don't know. Shot.
You did get Ambrose.
I did. I got Ambrose standing in the middle of graffiti house. Like that is a wild name to get across Spirit Talker.
Well, Ambrose, it could be Ambrose Burnside, it could be Ambrose Powell Hill.
Right. Yeah. AP Hill.
AP Hill was born in Culpepper. He's buried in. They just buried him in Culpepper last year. So
right. So I mean, but I've never gotten that name. Now, if I had gotten the name if I had gotten the name Emma, which I get every freaking time I pull up Spirit Talker, because apparently there's 9,422 ghost Emmas. Like everywhere I go, there's a ghost Emma. I wouldn't have turned my head.
Elizabeth.
I wouldn't have turned my head at that. You know what I'm saying? Spirit Talker tells me in every location that there's a demon. The devil's coming.
Evil.
Something's evil. Like I'm used to what Spirit Talker's rotation is. So when I get something out of the ordinary, like I have never gotten Ambrose ever in the 1.5 to 2 years I've used Spirit Talker. I have never, ever gotten that. Not one time.
That's a weird name to get. I mean, that's like a 19th century. That's like a 19th century name. I mean, that's you know what I mean. That is odd.
And so that's just what I tell everybody when it comes to phone apps. It's just another thing that makes me go,
Yeah, makes you look.
You know,
makes you want to pull out.
At that point, if I was actually investigating, like an active investigation at the graffiti house, I would have capitalized on that a little bit more, done some more EVPs, tried to figure out if we were talking to AP, were we talking to Burnside, maybe pull out some other pieces of equipment, tripwire. I love things that make you turn your head. So I like loud music boxes, REM pods, tripwires, tracer wires. I love those things
You
because
like that damn REM pod. That's what
because
you like.
I do, because it makes me turn my head. It's loud. I can go look. You know what I'm saying?
REM pods. Yeah, REM pods that's another piece of equipment that's weird. We use them. We use them for pride, but there's Amtrak trains that come through by the graffiti house, because the graffiti house, is right on the track. So, we Kim can, verify this, but we have, the REM pods will go off because it's right next to a train.
Hey, Kim, how do you feel about the phone apps? You're all quiet up there. We gotta get you talking.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with Courtney. I think it's just something else that sparks your curiosity, to be honest. It depends on how you use it. I don't think I would rely on them that often, but I mean, if there was something like your, say, graffiti house, for example, and you get Civil War or things related, then I mean, like you said, you think about it, but I don't know.
Michael, yes, my music box is the loudest ever.
Oh God, yeah.
And it is the most annoying. Wait until we go to Tala, because I have acquired a motion sensor that beats the music box loud level wise. It is intended to be set in a different room.
So what is Tala? What is Tala?
So we cannot, because we are live on YouTube. I have been informed that I cannot say the location. TALA. Tala.
Oh, that's an abbreviation. Yeah. It's an abbreviation for something. Okay, that's fine.
In West Virginia.
Yes, we got you.
Okay.
So I know exactly. That's a bucket list.
Everybody.
No,
that's a bucket list place.
The first word, I'm telling you.
The T word.
The T word.
I don't know, but one of the hosts recently, we were live, and I had said the full name, and he sent me a big long message and was we can't say that anymore. Like, your video is going to get flagged and taken down. And I was like, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Kind of like,
so they don't allow you to you can't take video and post it on YouTube if you go to this particular place.
You can, but when I think it has
live,
it has something to do with the live streaming and saying
it's that first word. I'm telling you, it's the first word. It offends people.
We have to say,
I know.
Yeah.
Put two and two together real quick.
I know.
Everybody's sensitive these days, and I'm not talking about in the paranormal world.
Like, we've gotten flagged for saying the K word instead of unalived.
But what do you call the car part? The part when you change gears, that box what is that called? Blank mission, right? So you can't say that word.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And half of the time, people actually put like an NY on the end of that, which is 10 times worse. You know what I'm saying?
Or the car that Burt Reynolds used in Smoking the Bandit, a AM.
Yeah.
AM.
You gotta come up with a new word for this.
Oh my gosh. Hi,
Kim. It's the woke crowd. The woke crowd can't handle it.
I'm trying to tell you. Like I said, I had no idea. I'm still learning some of the stuff, because we have a real and a raw podcast. And
it's great.
When I get little warnings, I want to like cuss out whoever sent me the warning, and there's nobody to cuss out.
Y'all hard it is to not talk the way we normally do. But we love talking to people and hearing other people's point of view. We're one of those people that, like, everybody has an opinion, and we learn from other people's opinion.
Yes, Ronnie, the Rainbow Brigade gets upset and they cry.
Ronnie. That's the best way to put it right there.
The Rainbow
Brigade. But yeah, we listen to everybody's opinion, and some people's opinion may not be with ours. Some people may disagree with what we say, and that's okay. We learn from it and grow from it. I've learned so much just from interviewing people and talking to people.
For sure.
And we've collaborated with people from our podcast, just meeting people. And so that's why we do it. But it's hard to not talk the way we normally do. We have to say certain things differently. And
I did like a whole true crime podcast saying the word unalived.
I've never
It was
said
the
that before in my
dumbest thing.
life.
I was so mad because I'm like wanting to explain. Look, Brian said I've seen Courtney in action.
Yeah.
Having to watch my mouth is a whole nother level of strength, y'all.
I will still say to this day, one of the most best car rides
Hey,
I've ever had
Yvette.
with Brian Elder. Yvette.
Bye,
How you doing,
Robert.
girl?
Thanks for jumping in.
Hey, love you too, Robert. Tell Howard I said hi.
Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap it up though, but I
We
do want
definitely
to
need a part
say,
two to this.
yeah, let's do it after we investigate the graffiti
After
house.
the graffiti house.
Yeah.
We're
We
going
would
to bring
love
y'all
So we can
back.
talk about
if
the
that's
graffiti
okay
house.
with y'all.
Oh, we would love to.
But I enjoyed this conversation. I know it was probably not. I'm not going to lie. This was not what I expected. I did not. I love the tech stuff. So next time I'm going to be quiet because this is the kind of stuff I like to talk about.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
you
your-
and
it's
Kim
not
and
your
Paul
fault.
are going to get along great.
Yeah,
But
John,
this
I like.
conversation,
I love the tech stuff. That's all I get
I will
baited
say, I
into it. I
thoroughly
talk about it.
enjoyed this podcast tonight. I will say that. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
too.
I knew they were going to get you in the beginning because Kim said we're scientific. And I was like, oh,
Oh.
they've got Sean.
Oh, yeah. I thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed
Thank you guys.
We're very scientific, and I mean, and obviously, I met you guys beforehand, and we talked for extensively a couple of weeks ago when we were, when you guys came down to the arcade from the graffiti house. So, no, we're very on the same page as you guys with everything. So, I
We
think that's
try.
what-
What, Kim, honey, you broke up a little bit.
I know. I think I'm probably losing connection. Sorry.
she has shitty internet.
I do.
You have shitty internet. It's okay. Do you live in the sticks?
What's that?
She lives the sticks. Do you live in the sticks?
Oh no, I'm actually not in the sticks. I just don't have. I have shitty connection.
She's close. Kim's closer to the town of Culpepper than I am, and I have Verizon FiOS, and she doesn't, which is odd.
Yeah.
I'm like 10 minutes outside town.
We'll have to team up with you and
Yeah.
you and why am Middletown or something? Put something together one day.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, Middletown. Yeah, we're going to Appomattox or what's that place down there, Kim?
Clover
We're
Hill.
going there on
Clover Hill?
yeah, Clover Hill. We're going to Clover
Are you
Shale.
guys doing the jail and Clover Hill?
Ronnie and Shayla are doing the jail the night before, but we're going on Saturday. I want to do the jail because I heard the jail was really good, but we're not going down on Friday. We're going down on Saturday. But they're going 2 nights. We're going 1 night. So
Daryl, have you left yet, Daryl? Earth to Daryl.
Paulette.
What the fuck is behind him? A clown leg.
oh yeah, it's my son. We have a gazillion Spirit Halloween freaking animatronics, and they're all in my basement. But I'm in like
Do you
little
set
room.
them up? Hey, Daryl, I'm glad you're here. Daryl. Look, what can you make happen for the jail on Saturday too? Because these fine folks want to do the jail, but they can't make it on Friday.
Courtney actually caught an apparition at Clover Hill too, in the cab.
Really?
Yeah.
At the jail or the buildings?
Clover Hill's in Appo, Brian.
Down your way, Brian.
Yeah, Appo. Over near Vera. Do you set your animatronics up for Halloween?
Yeah, I make my son do it. We used to do it all the time. Yeah, we have a ton of them. And then now he's 16, so he's working, and now he spends all his money buying animatronics. But yes, we set them up. We used to have huge Halloween parties at our house, but since I opened the arcade last year, like we were there, but we used to have huge Halloween parties. But so I've tried to move them to the arcade, but it's hard moving all these damn animatronics to the arcade because we got like, I don't know, 15 or 20 of these damn things. It's just nuts.
The best Halloween
So
party.
Daryl, they're coming down. You guys are coming down this weekend?
No, August 6th.
No.
The 16th?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Daryl, the 15th, Middletown is doing the jail, and then the 16th, everybody's doing Clover Hill. But
Right.
Culpepper is not able to make the jail. So can you do a duel on the 17th for Culpepper to be able to go do the jail after Clover Hill?
What are we doing there?
Is that a thing? We're in Gettysburg.
Oh. as usual.
Lucky. Gettysburg is awesome.
Look at your calendar for August. Like, just
That's right.
put your calendar away.
I forgot.
I am in Pennsylvania every weekend in August. Brian, so it's not on the surrender grounds. It's more near Vera. Like, as you're heading up the 24.
Near the wine.
Yeah, it's Clover Hill.
Where the wine festival's at, Brian.
Right.
Did Brian play that show with us?
No.
Shout out Brian Nelder, by the way. One hell of a guitar player.
I don't know, Daryl. Get with Culpepper.
I've been trying to get him to come back and record.
That's a lot in one night.
But he won't come record with me no more.
He should.
I'm gonna get Brian to record. He's recorded on a lot of my tracks.
Paul, I'll send you Daryl's phone number, and then you guys can like coordinate for the jail too.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
unless guitar players around here, definitely.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we can figure out unless we go a day early, but I know Kim is a teacher at school, so I know the drive is a couple hours away from us, but I would love to go down on Friday, but I guess that all depends if we can get everybody to go down and stay 2 days, because I know Ronnie and Shayla are staying 2 days.
Yeah,
but
we'll give you a call and we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
I'm gonna send the number now.
Well, Brian said he's gonna check it out. Brian, are we gonna get you on an investigation one day?
Paul, I just texted you Daryl's phone number.
Okay, thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, the winery in Concord.
I got it.
All right. Well, guys, we're getting ready to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Absolutely, there will be a part 2 after September 27th when we investigate the graffiti house, because at that point, that conversation is going to shift, because we're going to definitely want to talk about the graffiti house and the foundation. And in the meantime, for everybody that's in here, Kim used to be on the board for the foundation. Paul is currently on the board for the Graffiti House Foundation. Yeah. If you guys have not checked out the Graffiti House in Culpepper, you, my friends, are missing out. This is probably one of the coolest pieces of Civil War history that I have seen to date. And for everybody in here already knows I do Civil War reenacting. So for me to say that is a huge deal. This entire house.
You do?
Yes, I do. It is very strenuous, very stressful, and it's hot.
That's the easy job.
It was hot. It was hot that day. You guys were there. It was very hot.
Babysit you guys. That is a tough job. But go check it out. Graffiti House in Culpepper. Look it up. You won't be disappointed.
So before y'all go, 2 things. What advice would you give? And I want both y'all to give us a new investigator that's looking to get into the paranormal world. They don't have any equipment. They don't have any clue where to start. If they say they're watching this show and they say, I want to try this, what advice would you give somebody just getting into the paranormal field?
I would say first to learn all you can about the, because that's kind of what you rely on for your investigation. All the things that you look for, the things that you can debunk right off the bat. I mean, I think that's important. Learn as much of the history as you can, because those are the questions and the things that you ask, that are relevant to, what went on at the location or whatnot. I mean, that's just kind of my thing. I think in the paranormal field is something you never stop learning. I mean, we've been into this 10, 11 years now, and we're still learning different things all the time. So yeah, I think just got to be open to it.
Yep. I think, if you're new to it, I mean, you use your cell phone, because cell phones have great recorders on them. Go do a tour at a jail or at one of your local places. Because during the week when they're not busy, and just go in, because a lot of times they're self-guided tours. Use your cell phone, use the recorder on your cell phone, and just do like EVP sessions and see if you catch anything. You don't need to go out and buy fancy equipment. I mean, all you really need is like a camera or some type of audio recorder. But cell phones are great, and everybody has a cell phone, so you don't even need to buy an audio recorder at first. Just use your cell phone. Go do a tour, a self-guided tour at a historical place, and when nobody's around, and just start asking questions. It does feel very weird at first, obviously, because we all felt that way when we started doing paranormal investigations. But but that's what I suggest for people that are just starting, because it's very easy, and cell phones are amazing. You can do a lot of stuff on them. So
Great advice, guys. Culpepper, where do we find y'all? How do we follow you?
We are on all social media platforms. We're not on TikTok or any of that stuff, but our most common way to find us is on Facebook. You can follow us at Culpepper Paranormal, and on there we post all of our the public events and the ghost tours and everything that we do here in town and outside of town too. You can follow us on there, and we'll keep you up to date.
Outstanding.
And guys, I have tagged their team on our page on the other side, and Hill City Paranormal. So either page that you guys are on, just go click on the hyperlink and it'll take you straight to their page. Give them a like, give them a follow. They do a lot of cool shit. Jump on one of their tours.
Yeah, we have we do the Culpepper downtown walking tours, and we're gonna have a couple coming up in the fall, usually around Halloween, October time. So yeah, we'll post all that information and how you can get tickets and details and all the scoop.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. And outside of paranormal, Paul, Throwbacks Arcade in Culpepper. If you guys go check out the Graffiti House, head on over and go play some retro games and get you a good burger.
All right.
Now get that chicken sandwich.
The
hot honey chicken sandwich that Sean had.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's what you need to
Kristen.
get is that chicken sandwich.
No,
And
wait
Sean-
a minute.
and
Hold
Sean
on.
did some-
Courtney had
wait.
hot honey.
And Sean did some karaoke and he sang very, very well. It was enjoyable. He sang 2 songs.
Man, I appreciate it.
There were women trying to kidnap my husband. I was trying to sell him
That doesn't surprise me.
at your venue. Do you understand me? I was like, highest bidder. Y'all can take him across the street.
I sing a little bit sometimes.
You did
Nobody wanted
very
to-
well. It was good. It was very good.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate having you on. It was a pleasure.
Yep.
Yes, great to meet.
And thank you for everybody who tuned in.
Look forward to investigating with you.
Yep.
Yep.
My name's
Sean
Courtney.
Courtney. Yeah. I'll see you. Yeah. We'll see you guys next month for sure. Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
That's right. And again, guys, in the comments, my name's Courtney,
I'm Sean.
and we'll see you on the other side.